So I'm going to record a little build video. This is in particular for Joker's Goal, who has requested people send their own builds to her, and where we are is at the castle, or Fort Independence. And what I have built is an armory bunker in the middle of the castle. And this is designed to keep all those pieces of weapons and armor safe in the event of an attack. So it's a concrete bunker.
You have some sort of medical
on
problem
one
here?
end facing the south entrance, which mysteriously has a dead Brahmin in it. I'm not quite sure why. Excuse me, Curie. We have the armory salesman you can interact with from here.
Huh?
You can look through the window and observe the wares available from the armor. And if you go around to the side, kind of faces the north entrance, you find the weapon merchant.
Get back to Diamond City one of these
You can
days.
see some of his
Biggest town I ever saw.
wares that are available, including melee weapons up on the wall back there, and firearms on the wall over here.
This is
Now,
Radio Freedom, broadcasting all day.
this door is
all
connected
across
to a
the
logic
Commonwealth.
gate. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Nothing to report. Stay safe.
If you come through the electric doors, there's a display of some heavy armor, powered armor helmets and other trophies on the left, with some melee weapons above that, the weapons workbench where he fixes things, a fat man, which apparently is getting some maintenance,
Can't remember the last time I had clean fingernails.
and over here on the wall we have basically a trophy case for me, since things that I don't use but I wanted to have on display. Some of them are legendaries, but since these are kind of sitting out in the open, I'm not sure if a settler would ever try to pick them up, or if an intruder would ever try to pick them up. That's certainly at risk, so I certainly wouldn't want a raider getting in here and picking that up. So we'll talk about the security in a minute. Back here we have, at the
Crop's been growing
armor
pretty good
station,
lately.
we have the armor workbench and various mannequins and the power armor workstation, all showing off various pieces. And of course we're at the castle, so it has to
This
be
is
Minuteman
Radio
power
Freedom,
armor,
voice of
which
the Minutemen.
I
It's
forget
6
where I picked
o'clock.
this thing up. For some reason
Nothing to report at the
it's not
moment.
marked as
Stay tuned for
belonging
updates.
to me. It's all marked as stuff I would steal if I picked it up. So I might as well just leave it there out of the way. So, if an attack were to be launched at the castle, a couple of things would happen. This is an XOR gate. One comes in from a pylon that is connected to the main power supply, so it's always on. The other one is connected to the siren. Because this is an XOR gate, it only works and keeps the door open if exactly one of the inputs has power. That is currently the case, as one of the inputs comes from the main power supply and it's running, but the siren is currently turned off. Now, there are multiple leads coming out of the siren, because there are multiple things that I want to have happen if there's an alert. Another thing that will happen is that this firework mortar will launch an emergency flare, which will summon more Minutemen to reinforce the castle. And beyond that, there's an entire secondary power network that goes around the castle that causes things to happen. There are pitching machines up on the walls
It's
that will
getting
deploy
dark out there,
mines
people.
onto the approaches
Stay safe.
on both sides. So
Nothing
basically
to
over both
report.
entrances to the
Stay safe
castle,
out there, everyone.
mines will be deployed into the path of enemies to keep them from being able to break in. Not that they're going to get in as long as from that side, as long as that door is closed. I wanted to have the alert close those doors, but it seems like you can only have one connector, but the power coming in to the logic gate has to be coming from. You can't have a series of connectors before it gets to the logic gate. It has to come from whatever is the last cutoff. So this one works because it goes directly from the siren to the logic gate, but over there was a series and it just doesn't recognize the difference.
7 p.m.
But-
here at Radio Freedom.
Just so that we can see what happens, I'm going to save this so I don't have to
Nothing to report at the
reload
moment.
everything.
Stay tuned for updates.
I'm going to sound the alarm and we'll stand over here so that we can watch the door close. And the
This is
flare.
Radio Freedom. All quiet, which is how we like it. Stay
So-
safe out there, people.
Settlers will in fact trigger the alarm if there's an attack. I wouldn't have to do it myself, and that would make this castle essentially impregnable if I can set everything up exactly the way I want it. I might have to do the wire glitch
Yes?
to get everything just the way I want it. Hey, see, settlers will even turn it off if there's no real attack. I didn't do that. So that is the castle wired to react to an alarm, plus the protected armory.